Starting us off at number 10 is Victoria Beckham. The fashion designer and former Spice Girl is beautiful nonetheless, but has publicly admitted to regretting her decision on getting plastic surgery. She said what she regrets the most are her breast implants that she got when she was just a teenager. So much so that she ended up getting them removed. She was 18 years old when she first got them done, and during an interview in 2017, she said, "I should probably say, don't mess with your boobs. All those years I denied it. Stupid. A sign of insecurity. Just celebrate what you've got." I personally remember idolizing the Spice Girls like religiously when I was young, so to hear that even she would suggest not getting them is very important. I'm honestly really glad that she's open and honest about her experience with it, because I think especially for young girls who still look up to the Spice Girls, this could be very eye-opening for them. Up next, number 9 is Cher. There is no denying that the 74-year-old icon still looks incredible for her age, and we can probably say that plastic surgery has helped with that, but she has openly admitted that. She's always been open about the work she's had done and has cracked jokes about her facelift. But she doesn't regret anything that she's had done to her new face transformation. The one thing she regrets is her breast augmentation. I'm already seeing a little trend happening here. She told People magazine that the surgery was a nightmare. She said they were really botched in every way. If anything, they were worse after than before. Clearly, that was not the goal when going to get the procedure done, but she has been able to hide it well, and certainly it has not hurt her confidence. Well, that we can tell. Sliding at number 8 is Courtney Cox. The Friends star looks a lot different than when we saw her playing the iconic role of Monica Geller on the TV series. And that's because gradually over time she's had a lot of work done to her face, which she now regrets. She had an open talk about it with New Beauty and said that it all started when doctors told her that a little injection and filler here or there would not do any harm. But things went too far, and the actress said she did not look like herself anymore, which is not what she wanted. She said, "I've had all my fillers dissolved. I'm as natural as I can be. I feel better because I look more like myself. Everything is going to drop. I was trying to make it not drop, but that made me look fake." She also admitted to stopping treatment and procedures like altogether. Regardless, she was beautiful as Monica, and she is still beautiful as Courtney, but in pictures comparison, they do look like two different people. She did not need to touch her face. She was so freaking pretty. That like hurts me. It literally kills me when like stunning people fix themselves. Moving on to number 7, we have Chrissy Teigen. She is now known for being a mother to John Legend's kids, who tweets sarcastic comments and has her own cookbook and company, but she was once a model with big dreams. In May 2020, she talked to Glamour UK and revealed that she had breast implants done when she was just 20 years old. She said she did it because she was modeling swimsuits at the time, and when she laid on her back in the photos, she wanted them to look perky. But then she had babies and said the milk made them deflate. She ended up announcing on her Instagram recently that she was going to have her implants completely removed because she's simply over it. Chrissy seemed excited for the surgery, stating that she wants to be able to zip up a dress in her size and lay on her belly with just pure comfort. When she got them done at 20, she was a model regardless because she was stunning, and admits that she didn't need the boobs. She just kind of wanted them. And she was young and a model. I can just imagine the pressures at that age, especially swimsuits. In at number 6 is Mickey Rourke. In the prime of his acting career, he was a total heartthrob, but there was a time when he had a different career where he took some shots to his handsome little face. He was once an amateur boxer and said that after some injuries he underwent some plastic surgery in hopes to fix it, but admitted that he chose the wrong doctor. Never a good thing. Back in 2017, when pictures of his new face surfaced online, people were in complete shock with how different he looked. He talked about his decision for plastic surgery and said, "Most of it was to mend the mess of my face because of boxing, but I went to the wrong guy to put my face back together." Some of the injuries he had was a broken nose twice and a smashed cheekbone. He said he doesn't regret the decision to get his face fixed, but he regrets the doctor he went to. Yeah. We have made it halfway through and we have Tara Reid. The American Pie hottie has been open and honest about her plastic surgery experience in hopes to help other women before choosing to get work done. She got breast implants in 2004, which caused issues for her body in other places. She said that her stomach started to ripple and caused her to have a hernia, leaving her with a huge bump next to her belly button. She regretted it so much that she said it was the stupidest thing she's ever done, and she actually had the procedure reversed just 2 years later. She also had to get liposculpting done on her stomach to fix what had happened. Even after getting her breast augmentation reversed, she said that she was left again with deformed breasts. Oh, it's always a risk, you guys. You know, there are a lot who do have success, but that's so scary. Cruising into number 4 is Jennifer Grey. The Dirty Dancing star has always had a very distinctive face and was known for her stunning looks. But when she decided to get rhinoplasty, it changed everything, and she said it was the worst decision she's ever made. She said the operation completely changed her face and it ruined her entire career. When speaking about it during an interview, she said, "I went in the operating room as a celebrity and came out anonymous. It was like being in a witness protection program or being invisible. I'll always be this once famous actress nobody recognizes because of my nose job." Now, I don't think she looks bad. Like, it's not like the surgery botched her face physically, but she does look like a completely different person. Like, when I saw pictures, I was like, literally different person. So I do understand what she means. And that one's really sad. In the 3rd spot on our list is Kourtney Kardashian. Plastic surgery is no surprise to the Kardashian sisters, but it might be surprising to know that Kourtney regrets some of it. In 2011, she was talking to Showbiz Spy and said that she wished she didn't get her breast implants when she was 22, or at all. She said, "I had my boobs done, but if I could go back, I wouldn't have done it. I was so cute before. I've realized that I was made to look a certain way and I'm considering removing them." Now, obviously this interview was years ago, and if you see her these days, she has not removed them. But her opinion still stands, and honestly, it's probably even more so now because she's a mother of 3. So, you know, she's had to gone through the whole breastfeeding thing, the milk. She probably just sees the whole thing from a different perspective now. Rolling into number 2 is Joan Rivers. Going under the knife has never been a secret when it comes to this comedian. She's publicly talked about her procedures, which is a pretty decent list. Apparently, she's had a facelift, a nose job, a breast reduction, chin tucks, Botox, collagen, eye procedures, and lipo. She's actually happy to have the work done, but one thing she regrets is the lipo because it did not go as planned, which I think we know by now is a huge risk. She explained that she did not research the doctor enough before going, and the result of it just was not smooth. She also said if she could go back in time, she would have never done it. Maybe not with this doctor. Like, I feel like she might have done it with another one since she has had all the other work done. Obviously, she's not opposed to it, but didn't go as planned. Earning the number 1 spot on our list is Heidi Montag. The Hill star takes the prize after having 10 surgeries done at one time and giving herself a total transformation, leaving her to look like a totally different person. She once wanted to look like Barbie with size H boobs for Heidi. Like, literally, those were her words. But now she's an advocate for girls and encourages people to accept themselves rather than getting work done. She said she completely regrets it and wishes that she could take it all back. During an interview, she said, "Surgery ruined my career and my personal life and just brought a lot of negativity into my world. I wish I could jump into a time machine and take it all back. I would never do it again and I never recommend it to anyone." She explained that at first, she only went in there wanting a few enhancements, but then it just got completely out of hand. Kicking off this list is Jocelyn Wildenstein. She's an American socialite but is known for her extensive cosmetic surgery which resulted in her cat-like appearance. During an interview with Dr. Young, a popular celebrity plastic surgeon, he said, "Jocelyn is a poster child for plastic surgery gone wrong. Reports say that she underwent dozens of surgeries in an attempt to win back her husband, Alec Wildenstein, after her divorce from the billionaire was heavily documented." Dr. Young thinks she might have undergone a brow lift, facelift, lip plumping injections, chin augmentation, fat grafting and or cheek implants, upper and lower eyelid surgery, and canthopexy, which is a procedure that gives your eyes that cat-like appearance. However, Jocelyn has always denied getting any plastic surgery and says that she has always looked this way, despite photos completely proving that otherwise. Up next, number 9 is Tara Reid. Most of us would look at her in the American Pie movies and say she looks absolutely perfect, there is no denying that she is a total babe. But in 2006 she decided she wanted to get some plastic surgery and got a procedure called liposculpting, which ended up going horribly wrong. She has openly talked about it and said the surgery completely botched her stomach. She even went as far as saying it was the reason that she couldn't book any movie roles after that. During an interview in 2007, she said, "My stomach became the most ripply bulgy thing. I had a hernia, this huge bump next to my belly button. As a result, I couldn't wear a bikini. I lost a lot of work." Tara also admitted that her breast implants were botched by the same doctor and she was left with deformed nipples. Honestly, what a nightmare. I mean, maybe the first time you should have learned not to use the same doctor. I'd be suing. I'll tell you that much. Swiping the number 8 spot is Carrot Top. The comedian's real name is Scott Thompson, but he got the nickname through his stand-up comedy career. Over the years, people have accused him of getting plastic surgery, which he has always denied. Whenever he's been asked about it during an interview, he always says that it is makeup that makes him look so different. But Dr. Young has given his professional opinion. He said, "Carrot Top is looking more and more like a muscle-bound cartoon character. He seems to have an excessively arched brow and a smooth face, possibly the result of laser treatments or chemical peels." So there is no confirming that he has had any work done. If he says he hasn't, like, we might want to believe him, but there is a huge difference when looking at old pictures and new ones. It honestly just looks like every part of, like, every feature is just glued in place. Like, it's very, you know what I'm trying to say there? In spot number 7 is Heidi Montag. The Hill star could now be called the plastic surgery queen because she did what seemed like the impossible and underwent 10 surgeries at one time. And I'm not talking about like cosmetic procedures like little fillers, I am talking about full out surgeries. Heidi openly talked about it and revealed at one point that she was almost dead on the table and they didn't know if she would make it out alive. The long list of surgeries include a brow lift, Botox in her face, a nose job, a chin reduction, fat injection in the cheeks, ears pinned back, nasolabial folds, lip, neck, waist, hip, and thigh liposuction, breast implants to a size F, a butt augmentation, and her back curved. Honestly, half this list I didn't even know you could do to your body. Heidi said at the time she wanted to look like Barbie and she actually wanted size H breasts, H for Heidi she said, but they wouldn't fit. However, now she fully regrets her surgeries and said that she would never do it again and does not wish that upon anyone. Moving on to number 6, we have Mickey Rourke. At one point in time, he was being called the next Marlon Brando and was starring in movies like Body Heat and Angel Heart. But his looks have changed drastically, and not in a bad way, it's just different than what we're used to seeing. In 2017, pictures of his new look went viral and had people shocked at how unrecognizable he was. He's opened up about the surgeries and said it was all a result of injuries that he got from his time as a boxer. He said, "Most of it was to mend my face, but I went to the wrong guy to put my face back together. I had my nose broken twice, I had 5 operations on my nose and 1 on my smashed cheekbone." It has been an ongoing debate on whether it was for injuries or cosmetic reasons, but to me it kind of sounds like a mix of both. Like, because of the injuries he probably wanted some like cosmetic help, you know, to fix things. Halfway through the list, number 5 is Rodrigo Alves. He is famous because of his plastic surgery transformation as he transformed basically into a human Ken doll. He became a television personality and as of 2018 he had undergone more than 103 cosmetic procedures, 51 of them were plastic surgeries. But not all of his surgeries went smoothly and one of them in 2018 left him with a sinking nose. He explained to his followers that he had 11 nose jobs over the years and that his nose is basically just collapsing. Now I should mention that he has recently transitioned into a female and prefers to go by the name Roddy. During an interview in January, she said that she regrets the plastic surgery as the Ken doll because she just got it to try and make herself more manly to fight her feelings of wanting to become a woman. Next up at number 4 is Kenny Rogers. Back in 2006, he told People magazine that he was not happy with his plastic surgery after his eye lift procedure. He said that it drove him crazy. His eye lift basically tightened his eyelids and it almost pinned them like in a new place on his face. Dr. Young spoke on his procedure and said, "Kenny Rogers gambled with plastic surgery and lost. With his tight eye eyelids, he no longer looks like the scruffy, masculine man we knew in the 70s. He does look different when comparing before and after pictures, but I honestly don't think the surgery looks that bad. Like, it's not as intense as other ones that we've seen on this list, but I get what they mean. It does look maybe a little more feminine, people would say. In the third spot is Pete Burns. The singer from Dead or Alive sadly passed away in 2016, and before his death, he revealed that his plastic surgery almost killed him. During an interview, he opened up about his plastic surgery, saying he had more than 300 procedures done, which led him to almost dying just 3 weeks before his actual death of cardiac arrest. A month before that, he went on the TV show Botched Bodies, where he revealed that he went into depression because of his botched procedures. He ended up with blood clots and pulmonary embolisms in his heart, legs, and lungs, which left him close to death. The doctor actually told his family that there was a 2% chance of survival, and his family called in a priest thinking that they would lose him. He was in the hospital for 10 days before he had recovered. Making her way into number 2 is Donatella Versace. She is the chief designer and vice president of Versace with a company value of $2 billion. She is 65 years old and continues to deny having any kind of work done to her face, but people have been calling her out on it for years, even doctors. She looks drastically different and says that it is because she uses a lot of creams and good face products. She did admit to some Botox, but says there has not been anything else, so I will let you guys be your own judge. Dr. Young says that she developed something called a trout pout, which is when your top lip is bigger than your bottom lip. Naturally, the human body's bottom lip is normally 50% bigger, but he says it would be reversed if you had fillers and other work done on the face. Earning the number 1 spot is Michael Jackson. After his death, we heard from people we did not expect: his plastic surgeon through the 1980s and 90s, Stephen M. Hoffman, and his dermatologist Arnold Klein. There were many theories going around at the time about the reasoning behind his drastic transformation. Arnold explained that he had body dysmorphic disorder and saw his nose as getting fatter even though it was getting smaller. Michael always said he only had 2 nose jobs done, but the experts said it's impossible for one's nose to look like that after just 2. He actually estimated that he had closer to 20 procedures done to his nose over the years. An expert also said that he had his hairline, eyebrows, and eyelash lines tattooed, as well as using a skin lightening bleaching cream. Now, I know this whole bleaching thing has always been a very big debate because Michael said that he never used that, so I'm not trying to accuse anyone of anything. This is just from an expert standpoint. They think that he used a bleaching cream. Like, that's crazy that that even exists.
In at number 10, Christian Bale. Christian Bale is known for his intense dedication to his roles, and he's been known to physically transform many times to support his performances, the most notable of which saw him lose 62 pounds in 4 months for his role in The Machinist. When he got the part of Patrick Bateman in American Psycho, he decided to get plastic surgery to look perfect. Although he liked the look of them, Bale felt that his teeth were not right for the character, so he had them changed before filming. He told The Guardian in 2000, quote, "I liked my old teeth, I have a molding of them on my shelf, but with Patrick Bateman, his physicality is much more important than with most characters. I looked at myself in the mirror and it just wasn't right. I was warned that if I got caps I could get a lisp, and you might still be able to tell in a close-up. So I thought, I like my teeth, but I'm not so attached to them that I'm going to ruin this whole movie because I refuse to get them done." So even though there was no actual reason to do so, Bale got the painful process of getting his teeth redone. In at number 9, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise shocked fans recently when he stepped out looking more puffy than ever, but after a close investigation, it's clear that there have been subtle changes in Cruise's appearance for years now. It's long been rumored that he had a nose job early in his career, but in 2012 he told Playboy, quote, "I haven't and never would." Although his good friend, Cuba Gooding Jr., put some cracks in that statement when he later insisted that Tom Cruise absolutely had work done. Cuba told a US TV show, quote, "I don't know what he's had done, but I remember I surprised him at his house one day and he had all of those dots all over his face. These dots are common for facial procedures, so doctors can map out what exactly they want to do to the face. However, there is a chance that he had a consultation done, but never went through with the work." Then more recently at a baseball game, his face looked very full and puffy. Since it didn't look like he gained weight in an appearance later that month, it's clear he got some sort of Botox and filler. And at number 8, Howard Stern. Even though Howard Stern's voice is his main asset, he still decided to go under the knife to improve his looks. In the 90s, he felt he was the king of all media, not just radio, and felt he should invest in himself by amping up his appearance. He chose to invest in himself, undergoing a rhinoplasty to remove the bump on his nose, and liposuction to diminish the fat under his chin. He's only admitted to those 2 procedures, but it's been rumored that he's had much more done, maybe even a facelift. Either way, he looks great for his age, so whatever he's done has worked. In at number 7, Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons has been rocking with the band Kiss for decades, and obviously that kind of lifestyle is bound to take a toll on the body. Simmons claimed to have never gotten drunk or high in his career, and so he's actually in better shape than most. But as he got older, he decided it was time to change things up, and thankfully he has shared the work he's had done with the public. In 2007, he and partner Shannon Tweed openly got his and hers facelifts. It's also been reported that he's gotten Botox and even eyelid surgery, which is another common anti-aging procedure. Although he's gotten some work done, Simmons says he does not recommend any of his fans to get work done. He said, quote, "I don't recommend anything that I've had done to anyone. Just because I order something off the menu doesn't mean you should. Order whatever makes you happy. Everybody's journey should be a personal choice." In at number 6, Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone is one of those celebrities that have been frozen in time. No matter how many years passes, he still looks as good as ever. Despite recently turning 75, he truly does not look a day over 50. Because of this, many fans assume he's had some subtle work done, and they would be right. But probably not the type of work that you might expect. Stallone was born with a health condition that destroyed the nerves on the left side of his face. To fix these, he went under the knife many times to make his face symmetrical, but the surgeries were never able to fix it entirely, and he was known to be photographed on his right side so it was less noticeable. As he got older, the issue came back, and he tried to fix it once again with a facelift. Stallone spoke about his surgery to People, saying, quote, "People see this scar and think I've had a facelift. What they don't notice is that I don't have a scar over here by my right ear. What do they think? That I could only afford to do half of my face? Sure, why not do it? You have bodywork done on your car." Although he's owned up to the facelift, fans speculated that he must have had more work done to look so good. Halfway at number 5, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. This one was definitely the most shocking to me, although I guess it's safe to assume the world's highest paid actor would spruce up his looks if he felt he needed to. Although Johnson has not gotten the traditional procedures of Botox or a nose job, or at least he isn't admitting to getting those, since The Rock trained so much, he's put in a ton of work to get his rock-hard physique. He encountered a common issue called gynecomastia. It is a condition that results in the enlargement of the male chest through fatty deposits. So basically he developed man boobs. Since that was not the most appealing thing on screen, The Rock decided to have gynecomastia reduction surgery, which removed the excess fat from his breasts. Johnson was totally open and upfront about the surgery and his aesthetic motivations. And at number 4, Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay is known for his famous scowl, which I guess adds quite a few wrinkles to the celebrity chef's face. After years of being pressured to make a change in his appearance, he finally went through with it and got some work done. Apparently his good friend Simon Cowell encouraged it, but his kids making fun of his wrinkles was the last straw. When talking about the procedure, he said, quote, "I've got 4 children, and they'd say, 'Dad, why do you have so many wrinkles on your face when Clementine's daddy has no wrinkles?' Then another time he said, quote, 'I woke up in the morning and Matilda, my daughter, was trying to squeeze pound coins in there.'" Poor man. In the end, he opted for laser surgery rather than Botox. However, he's since been suspected of getting everything from facelifts to hair transplants. He later stated he was never getting another procedure again. His kid was putting coins in his face. And at number 3, MGK hair transplant. This one is a little known procedure, but it made a huge difference in MGK's appearance. Back in the day, Coulson used to speak about his thin hair, and he consulted with his hairstylist to come up with ways that he could make his hair look thicker. Apparently, the stylist told him the best thing was to get a hair transplant. We aren't sure when exactly the change took place, but looking back on his old photos versus now, there's a massive difference. Before, his hair was a lot thinner and his hairline was farther back on his forehead. It looks like he underwent a hair transplant procedure where a plastic surgeon took hair from another part of the body and put it on his head. This process can take 3 to 10 sessions, which must be done months apart, according to Healthline. Each session costs from $4,000 to $15,000. And at number 2, Jeff Bezos. Since becoming the richest man in the world, Jeff Bezos has clearly taken more of an interest in his looks, and it's clear that he's gotten some work done. Shortly before he went to space with his crew, it was clear he had recently made a big change for the day. Dr. Corey L. Hartman, a dermatologist in Alabama, told the Daily Beast, quote, "It's such a drastic change. To poke fun at the change, Hartman posted to Instagram saying, quote, "We see you, Jeff. Next time get the filler a month earlier so that the swelling has time to die down. Keeps people like me out of your business." In general, his face looks more plump and even more swollen. The most noticeable change is his smoother skin and plumper lips. It's been speculated that he got Botox in his forehead, potentially a small facelift, or filler in his cheeks, then filler in his lips. And finally, number 1, Elon Musk. Doctors are convinced that the billionaire Tesla owner got a hair transplant at some point in his career. When we look back at old photos of him when he was in his 20s, it's clear that his hair was thinning a lot, and he was even balding on a large portion of his head. Now it's completely the opposite, and his hair is very thick. Since it is impossible for hair to grow back after falling out, doctors are certain that he got the hair transplant. Hair loss can be delayed or prevented with the use of special or proper treatment, but hair cannot regrow without an operation. Since he's become a more prominent figure in mainstream media, it makes sense that he would want to look his best and portray an image of being younger than he actually is.
At number 10, Priscilla Caputo. Priscilla Caputo was an aspiring model, and she rose to fame for her looks, but probably not in the way that she was expecting. Back in the day, Priscilla was looking to be the next world-famous model, but her modeling career was very short-lived because she took her looks too far and got botched, stopping her career in its tracks. She was left as an internet laughingstock, gaining fame because she had gone too far with her appearance, and now she's an advocate against getting plastic surgery. Priscilla explained to sources that her boyfriend, who was a plastic surgeon, kept giving her lip fillers, and soon after so many sessions with him, she became addicted and couldn't stop. Her lips became too big, and because of her appearance, her modeling career tanked. After her photos were circulated online, she became an internet laughingstock, and she couldn't go back and undo what she had done to her lips because she had injected so much into them that she permanently stretched them out and the damage was too much to repair. At number 9, Jennifer Grey. A lot of the time, people get plastic surgery to improve their looks to be more successful in Hollywood, but for Jennifer Grey, she got the opposite effect. Jennifer became well known for her role in Dirty Dancing, but after her rhinoplasty, things went south. She wasn't necessarily botched because of the plastic surgery itself, as everything went according to plan, but I think maybe things went too well. After getting the surgery, her nose looked very different to how it looked before, and it completely changed her face. As a result, Jennifer found herself struggling to book roles and getting less and less work. Everyone knew her for her face, but since it changed, she became almost unrecognizable, and that wasn't good for her career. When speaking out about the procedure, she called it the quote, "nose job from hell," because it pretty much ruined her career. She thought that altering her nose would make things better for her, but instead it just made things worse. The worst part about it is that these effects can't be reversed. Now, before I carry on with these plastic surgery nightmares, I would first like to take a moment to ask you guys to leave a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, and maybe consider subscribing to the channel while you're at it. At number 8, Farrah Abraham. Teen Mom star Farrah Abraham has been pretty open about her cosmetic procedures and has been under the knife a number of times. But it just takes that one horrible moment to make you rethink all of your plastic surgery choices. You might have seen the infamous photo of Farrah Abraham's botched lip procedure, but let me tell you how she got into that mess in the first place. In 2015, the reality star opened up about how she had a negative experience when she went under the knife for an experimental lip implant procedure. Farrah said that when she got the procedure done, she knew right away that something wasn't right when the anesthesia wasn't working for her. She didn't do much about it, but looking back, maybe she should have. After the procedure was done and the implant was put in, that's when things took a turn for the worse. Turns out Farrah had a really intense reaction to something during the procedure that caused her lip to swell up like crazy, leading to those crazy pictures. Luckily, she was able to get things sorted out and her lip went back to normal, but she did say that this was a really scary experience for her. At number 7, Tara Reid. Hollywood's former it girl Tara Reid was busy making it big in the industry until she got a botched plastic surgery that derailed her career completely. In 2004, Tara went to go get some work done to her body and she received a few surgeries. She got breast implants and underwent a procedure called liposculpting. And this is where things went horribly wrong. After these procedures, she was left pretty disfigured, describing some of the aftermath, saying, quote, "My stomach became the most ripply, bulgy thing. I had a hernia, this huge bump next to my belly button. As a result, I couldn't wear a bikini. I lost a lot of work." End quote. Things got even worse for her in her public image after a wardrobe malfunction at Diddy's 35th birthday party in 2004 exposed her botched body to the world. A lot of people online ended up body shaming the actress, making the situation so much harder for her to deal with. Even though she was able to correct the mistakes done to her appearance 2 years later, the damage was already done to her public image and career, showing us that not only was her body botched, but her career was as well. At number 6, Dana Delaney. Getting Botox is a pretty common thing these days. Getting injectables seems to be the newest trend, probably because it's one of the least invasive plastic surgery procedures that you can receive. But just because it's not considered a major procedure, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's no risk, and Desperate Housewives actress Dana Delaney can tell you all about it. Dana opened up about one of the worst procedures that she's received. In 2003, Dana decided to go in and receive some Botox injections after her dermatologist convinced her to try it out, and when she went in for the procedure, things went horribly wrong when the doctor performing the procedure injected the needle into the wrong place in her forehead and actually caused quite a bit of damage. When he injected the syringe into her forehead, the needle ended up striking a nerve. This then created a huge hematoma, and it actually ended up killing the nerve that was struck. Unfortunately for Dana, this mistake was pretty serious because it ended up affecting the muscle in her right eye, which caused her eye to begin to droop down slightly. Dana spoke out about the experience saying, quote, "I noticed it more than anybody else, but I was symmetrical before and now I'm not," end quote. This procedure marks the first and last time she got any kind of plastic surgery done because she didn't want to risk getting botched again. At number 5, Yolanda Hadid. A lot of people have come out in the past saying that some plastic surgery procedures that they've received have caused some pretty serious side effects, and it seems like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Yolanda Hadid has been dealing with similar issues. In the past, Yolanda has been pretty open about her Lyme disease diagnosis, and she's also talked about how the implants, fillers, and Botox that she's had been causing her symptoms to worsen and how her illness would cause complications with these procedures. In 2015, Yolanda made the decision to have her implants removed after it was discovered that one of them had popped and was actually leaking silicone into her chest cavity. Later on, the reality star also made the decision to have her fillers dissolved as well. When explaining her decision to reverse the cosmetic procedures she had received over the years, she took to her Instagram where she went on to caption a selfie saying, quote, "Living in a body free of breast implants, fillers, Botox, extensions, and all the stuff I thought I needed in order to keep up with what society believed to be was what a sexy woman should look like until the toxicity of it all almost killed me," end quote. At number 4, Ashley Tisdale. Here's another celebrity who's experienced side effects from their plastic surgery. Former Disney Channel star Ashley Tisdale is another celebrity who's gotten work done and has experienced health complications as a result. When Ashley first got implants, she recalled receiving the result that she was looking for. Ashley told her fans about how before she got them done, she felt really insecure about her body, saying that she felt as though getting this procedure would help her feel better about herself. Although this augmentation did help boost her confidence for a while, Ashley said that not too long afterwards, there came a time when the implants started to negatively affect her life and her health, as she said, quote, "Little by little, I began to struggle with minor health issues that were just not adding up. Food sensitivities as well as gut issues that I thought could be caused by my implants," end quote. The actress continued talking about how she made the decision to remove her implants to save herself from her health complications. At number 3, Lisa Rinna. When you go in to get plastic surgery, you expect to come out looking like $1,000,000, but sometimes you don't. Reality star Lisa Rinna once said that after trying Botox, she got botched because she just went overboard with the procedure and took her looks a little bit too far. She's spoken out about her bad decisions when it comes to plastic surgery, and needless to say, she's not happy with it. Lisa said that she got Botox in her cheeks because all of her friends were getting it done and she wanted to try it out herself, but after the procedure was done, Lisa said, quote, "I saw a photo and I was like, oh Jesus, that's not good, that's not good," end quote. Lisa has since learned from her mistakes, saying, quote, "I learned less is more. Keep your skin good, but I still like Botox. It's great. It doesn't change the shape of my face. When you change your face, you don't look like yourself. Looking fresher is one thing, I look like a freak," end quote. At number 2, Heidi Montag. Heidi Montag is known for the roles she's played in Hollywood productions, but she's also pretty well known for her dramatic plastic surgery. In 2010, Heidi took her looks and her body to the limit and underwent 10 procedures in the same day. The procedures that she received were neck liposuction, a brow lift, a nose job revision, a chin reduction, getting her ears pinned back, a second breast augmentation, fat injections in her cheeks, liposuction in her waist, hip and inner thighs, Botox in her forehead, and butt implants. So needless to say, there was a lot going on that day. In the aftermath of her dramatic transformation, Heidi opened up about her procedures, what she regretted from that day, and how things went wrong. She said that one of the things that went wrong was her breast augmentation, as she went too far with it and made her chest too heavy for the rest of her body. As if that wasn't enough of a nightmare, this long day of surgery took such a huge toll on her body that she actually flatlined for a minute during surgery. Heidi also said that these procedures left her with some pretty gnarly scarring as well. And finally, at number 1, Priscilla Presley. This is by far the worst plastic surgery story out there. Priscilla Presley, the wife of the late Elvis Presley, suffered through a plastic surgery nightmare when she went in to receive injectables from a very unreliable source. Priscilla had begun dabbling in plastic surgery, undergoing a few procedures such as injections and facelifts, but when she fell victim to an unlicensed cosmetic surgeon, that's when things got really bad. This unlicensed professional gave Priscilla injections in her cheeks and used products and techniques that were unapproved. To make matters worse, it turns out that the silicone that this so-called doctor used on Priscilla was not medical grade and was instead a substance similar to that which mechanics use for car parts. Thankfully, Priscilla got justice against this doctor, and the individual who performed these procedures got jail time, but sadly, Priscilla as well as a handful of other people were left as botched victims of this mad doctor.
At number 10, we have American actress Renee Zellweger. The rumors of her alleged plastic surgery operations started from her attendance at Elle's Women in Hollywood party in 2014, where the entire internet decided she looked completely different from her last public appearance. And trust me when I say they were not quiet about this. Aside from her not seeming like her usual self visually, Renee spoke with people about the issues following the social media rampant. She told the media outlet at the time, quote, "I'm glad folks think I look different. I'm living a different, happy, more fulfilling life, and I'm thrilled that perhaps it shows." In line with her previous statement, she also touched on the fact that she felt like the conversations stimulated around her appearance in general were targeted at her by people who were snooping for an unrealistic truth, and how they wouldn't stop hassling her until she finally addressed it. Yet people were still far from convinced anyway, so I guess there went her hopes for less harassment. At number 9, we have California girl singer, songwriter, actress, and TV personality Katy Perry. This pop princess has certainly made her mark in Hollywood over the years, but one thing she says she has not done is undergone plastic surgery. Perry dished to Refinery 29 in a January 2018 interview about which cosmetic procedures she apparently made the decision to greenlight versus the ones she had not. In typical girl boss Katy fashion, she also proceeded to flock to the defense of people who obtain plastic surgeries, as she understands that doing so is both a decision and right completely for themselves. The Dark Horse artist detailed, quote, "I haven't had any. I've done lasers and gotten injections under my eyes for the hollowing, which I'd recommend for everyone who wants a solution for their dark circles, but all my assets are real. People tend to think they are fake, but it doesn't really matter." We're getting away from the negative stigma about physical alterations. Of course, always be your authentic self, but if someone wants a nose job that makes them feel better and they love their profile more because of it, go ahead, do whatever makes you feel better about yourself. At number 8, we have Emily Ratajkowski. Emily had accusations of getting lip injections before, and she took to her Instagram stories to address the topic in January 2021. In this, she fired back with, "For anyone saying you need to stop with the lip injections, I've never had lip injections. No judging folks who do, but you can't get injections when you're pregnant." She even pulled out the statistics to back up her facts, following up with, "A woman's blood volume increases 50%, which is why ladies can get a little puffy in the face and lips during pregnancy." In response, fans had said things like how Emily had been pregnant forever, which was a rude comment she very quickly shut down. She even later shared a picture of herself from the 6th grade to prove her natural lips are nearly identical, keeping in mind that as we develop, our facial structures can change slightly, so they wouldn't be 100% the same. Still, quite the impressive way to prove your point, Em. At number 7, we have American actress and model Megan Fox. Now, Megan had to respond to her own set of plastic surgery rumors in the Windmill back in 2011, where she clapped back with a quirky Facebook album under the title, "Things You Can't Do With Your Face When You Have Botox." And if this wasn't nearly comical enough in proving her haters wrong, Megan proceeded to create various facial expressions and at one point pointed to her wrinkles in the collection of photos. And well, when you're as stunning as Megan is, I can see why people would flock to the "she's had plastic surgery for sure" spiel. But regardless, please remember that not every beautiful celebrity has gone under the knife to achieve their attractive auras. Some beauty in Hollywood really is natural, and neither way is a wrong one of living. I know it's so easy to gossip about others' lives and what they choose to do with it, but we should really start refraining from commenting on people's appearances in general, even if we feel like some celebs are actually lying about it. Anyways, let's move on. At number 6, we have the ever so iconic singer, actress, and dancer Jennifer Lopez, known mostly under her stage name of J-Lo. With how much popularity she's accumulated in her youthful looking years, it's no surprise that she's yet another celebrity who received plastic surgery accusations. In January of last year, J-Lo uploaded a video of her testing out her new face mask under her J-Lo beauty line. A user on the platform posted a comment which reads, "You definitely have Botox, and tons of it. And it's all good, just saying." This seemed to be Jennifer's snapping point because she rapidly responded with, "LOL, that's just my face. For the 500 millionth time, I've never done any Botox or injectables or surgery. Just saying. Get you some JLo beauty and feel beautiful in your own skin." Jennifer then added on to this comment with the statement, "Here's another JLo beauty secret. Try spending time being more positive, kind, and uplifting of others. Don't spend your time trying to bring others down. That will keep you youthful and beautiful too. Sending you love." What a classy way to stick it to him. At number 5, we have American model Kendall Jenner. Now the Kardashians have all been under loads of heat both in the past and presently about their supposed cosmetic procedures and lacks of truth in them. So of course Kendall was not safe from social media's firings. In a 2017 upload on her website and app, Kendall debunked cosmetic surgery theories from fans following a Facebook Live event she and her sister Kylie collaborated on. Kendall explained how her younger sister's makeup skills were the reason why her appearance seemed altered. Fans were not convinced, but Kendall still wrote the following quote, "All of a sudden photos of us came out with headlines like, 'OMG, Kendall got her lips done and got full facial reconstruction. Look at her cheekbones, look at her nose.' I was like, this is crazy. I didn't even address it at the time, because if I address it, people are gonna be like, oh, so she's defending herself, she must be guilty. As a model, why would I have my face reconstructed? It doesn't make any sense." Kylie had previously cracked a joke by accepting responsibility for the spark of rumors of Kendall's face when she did her older sister's makeup. She informed Snapchat that Kendall let me overline her lip today with lip liner and everyone thinks she got lip injections. I'm sorry, Kendall. At number 4, we have another American model. This time it's Bella Hadid. Models seem to be a trend for centering around accusations of them lying about plastic surgery, but I believe it's because a supermodel's entire career is based on how she looks. And unfortunately, that means speculations and criticism will always come at large against the praises. As an accomplished model in gigs, Bella also takes one of the top spots of being a style and beauty icon. So naturally, she's been under fire for not being entirely natural. But Bella has denied these claims every time. She spoke with InStyle for an interview in 2018 where she stated, "People think I got all this surgery or did this and that, and you know what? We can do a scan of my face, darling. I'm scared of putting fillers in my lip. I wouldn't want to mess up my face." At number 3, we have Hailey Bieber. Amongst her fairly recent title of being Justin Bieber's wife, she is very much her own person because of the mega successful supermodel career she maintains. Hailey has also faced previous backlash about possibly lying about getting procedures done, and many will say her before and after pictures speak for themselves. Her subjection to harsh criticism led to her slamming a plastic surgeon account on Instagram when a side-by-side photo of her as a teenager was being compared to her visuals now. Quote, "Stop using pics that are edited by makeup artists. This photo on the right is not what I look like. I've never touched my face, so if you're gonna sit around and compare me at 13 and then me at 23, at least use a natural photo that wasn't edited so crazy." I think I'll leave this one up to you guys to debunk though. At number 2, we have another Kardashian. This time she is the core of their bunch and single-handedly the reason why they all have their fame today. Kim Kardashian has always been a touchy subject when it comes to plastic surgery theories for as long as I can remember. But one instance that really reeled everybody in was her body accusations after she gave birth to her eldest daughter Northwest back in 2013. Naturally, the reality star was absolutely livid about the fact that her post-baby efforts in the fitness department were suddenly being overshadowed by accusations of her having gone under the knife to achieve her bounce-back body. She released a tweet which stated, "I'm very frustrated today seeing reports that I got surgery to lose my baby weight. This is false. I worked so hard to train myself to eat right and healthy. I worked out so hard and this was such a challenge for me, but I did it. I'm so proud of my accomplishment and no one will take this away from me with fake reports. Say what you want about me, but I work hard and I'm the most disciplined person you will ever meet." As if she hadn't proven her point enough though, Kim spoke out once more a couple of months following a fan questioning on social media why it was so hard for everybody to believe she didn't work hard to achieve her body. They also complimented the reality star by saying how great she looked, to which Kim had responded with, "Preach, LOL, thank you. It sucks when people make up surgery or Photoshop lies when I'm so disciplined and worked so hard. Just trying to motivate others and show anyone struggling with weight they can totally achieve what they want if they're dedicated." I'll leave it at that. At number 1, we have our affluent pop princess Ariana Grande. This wouldn't be the first time the gorgeous starlet would receive rumors of lying about procedures people believe she's undergone, but it would be the last time she used up her energy to address it. Ariana once pointed out in a 2014 video, quote, "On the cover of some magazine they said, 'Oh, Ariana Grande, boob job, brow lift, cheap shaving, lips done.' I was like, you're comparing a picture of me from when I'm 14 years old to when I'm 21, and I'm wearing a push-up bra." Ariana also readdressed the rumors while reminiscing at throwback family photos with her older brother Frankie. While doing so, she lightheartedly joked, "That's why I'm on the cover and they're saying I got plastic surgery. Goddamn, puberty went nice. It came late, but she finally came through for me."
At number 10, Corinne Olympios. Like I said in my intro, celebrities are well known for getting plastic surgery here and there, so finding out that someone in Hollywood has gotten some work done really isn't all that surprising anymore. When fans ask about procedures you've had done, there's no reason to lie since these kinds of procedures aren't really all that taboo anymore. Turns out though that there are still some celebrities who want to make their fans believe that they are still au naturel even when that isn't necessarily the case. This happened with former Bachelor star Corinne Olympios after fans accused her of getting fillers when she said that she hadn't. In an attempt to try and disprove these fans' theories, Corinne posted some no makeup selfies, but fans still weren't fooled and they went digging. The people over at Us Weekly thought that this could be a scoop, and so they also went looking for some old pics of the reality star, and voila, they found some. Images from Corinne's high school yearbook were published and it showed her looking pretty different than she does now, proving that she really was lying about getting fillers. People also realized later that her no makeup selfies didn't really do much to prove whether or not that she had gotten work done, so it was really just a handful of lies on Corinne's part. At number 9, Kylie Jenner. We can't have a plastic surgery video without talking about Kylie Jenner. Apart from her sister Kim, Kylie is the next one you would think of when it comes to plastic surgery. Everyone knows Kylie for her signature big lips, but for a long time she denied ever getting work done. She built her entire makeup empire, Kylie Cosmetics, on her big lip brand because she claimed that for years she achieved her signature look by overlining her lips, and therefore the Kylie lip kits were born. Turns out though that this was all a lie, probably just to boost sales. Kylie famously lied about how she somehow achieved a new appearance overnight, claiming that her makeup skills were the reason, but in reality, it's all fillers. Kylie finally came clean about her plastic surgery journey in an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians where she said, quote, "I was 15 and I was insecure about my lips. I would overline my lips with lip liner just to create an illusion of bigger lips. And then finally I was like, this lip liner isn't doing it. I ended up getting my lips done." She kept up her fillers until her daughter Stormi was born, where at that point she claimed to have gotten her filler dissolved, saying that she wanted to embrace a more natural look, but this didn't last for too long as fans noticed her lip filler made a return a short time later. Now before I carry on with the list, I'd like to ask you guys to consider leaving a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, and also an exciting announcement. Lindsay Ivan is launching her own reaction channel, Peach, at the end of May, so go subscribe and tell her that we sent you. At number 8, Lady Gaga. Even though she sings about being born this way, that doesn't seem to be entirely true. Lady Gaga doesn't seem like the type to lie about her appearance, as she's been known to be a relatively open person, but it seems like her plastic surgery journey is something that she will lie about, and clearly she's been caught. In an interview with Harper's Bazaar, Gaga once claimed that she had never received any type of plastic surgery procedure, saying, quote, "I've never had any plastic surgery, and there are many pop stars who have. I think that promoting insecurity in the form of plastic surgery is infinitely more harmful than an artistic expression related to body modification." But it looks like her claim of being all natural was a lie. During an interview with Howard Stern, she accidentally revealed her affinity for injections and revealed that she had in fact gotten some work done, as she was once obsessed with getting facial injections. Though she may have resolved her obsession with Botox, she can't truly say that she's never gotten plastic surgery. Botox still counts, Gaga, but you still look fabulous regardless. At number 7, Sahar Tabar. Internet celebrity Sahar Tabar blew up on social media after she began posting pictures of herself with a dramatic look. She claimed that she had received 50 surgeries to achieve her drastic zombified look, claiming that the goal was to look like Angelina Jolie. A lot of people believed her story and took pity on her for having a botched look, but after shocking the internet, Sahar came clean about everything. Turns out everything was a lie. The zombie Angelina look, the story of how she got to look this way, and even her name turned out to be all one huge lie. Sahar's real name turned out to be Fatima Kishvand, and no, she hadn't really gotten 50 surgeries either. Instead, it was revealed that her entire corpse bride look came entirely from Dr. Photoshop. She came clean to her followers after posting a side-by-side comparison to her Instagram, showing how she really looks. She had been living this lie on the internet for quite some time, and because she had fooled so many people, and because her looks were so disturbing, she actually ended up getting in serious trouble with her government and was actually sent to jail because of it. Even though this was all a lie, the consequences were severe, and this served as a lesson to never tell a lie about your appearance. At number 6, Ashley Simpson. The 2000s were a seriously rough time for Ashley Simpson. First, she made major headlines after her cringy SNL lip sync fail, but to make things worse for her in the media, Ashley faced another scandal later on in 2006, this time for her appearance. In July of that year, Ashley appeared on the cover of Marie Claire magazine, where she was quoted saying that people should love their appearances and appreciate their bodies as they are. She essentially denounced getting plastic surgery and other alterations because natural is beautiful. But even after all that talk of being natural, Ashley went and got a nose job just shortly after the magazine hit newsstands. She was seen as a hypocrite, and the magazine's editors received thousands of angry letters as a result. People were disappointed that Ashley would make those kinds of comments while having gone under the knife herself. She pretty much just tried to shrug the whole thing off and waited for the whole scandal to blow over, continuing to deny having gotten the procedure done, but then her dad spilled the beans, confirming that she had in fact gotten a nose job. At number 5, Rose McGowan. Actress Rose McGowan is a pretty open person, so no one would expect her to lie about something as menial as plastic surgery, but surprise, surprise, it happened. Rose is comfortable bearing it all on the red carpet and opening up about her struggles in her memoir, but when it comes to her cosmetic procedures, that's where the lies come in. In the late 2000s, Rose was seen in public looking pretty different, and immediately the plastic surgery speculation began. When confronted about these rumors, Rose told the public that she had to get reconstructive surgery due to injuries that she had suffered in an accident, but later in her memoir Brave, she revealed that this was all a cover-up. Rose said that her publicist told her to make up this story for the public to make it seem like her new face was because of the accident, but in reality she had gotten surgery to fix a mistake a doctor had made when she had undergone a procedure for her sinuses. It was still a corrective procedure, but for a completely different reason than the one that she initially gave. At number 4, Barry Manilow. One celebrity who has continuously denied their plastic surgery is singer Barry Manilow. For years, there has been speculation that he's gone under the knife on a few occasions, but Barry insists that he's never gotten any work done. In an interview, Barry claimed to have only undergone surgeries and treatments for his health, getting hip surgery and receiving steroid shots, but a lot of people aren't really buying that and have pretty much revealed that he's been lying. It's been reported over the years that Barry has received a facelift in 1995, a second facelift and eyelid surgery in 2003, and then a third facelift in 2005. There are even photos of Barry from 2003 showing him leaving the plastic surgeon's office in Beverly Hills. In the photos, he's pictured with his face wrapped up in bandages while wearing a disguise of sunglasses and a blonde wig to avoid getting recognized. Even though Barry continues to deny his procedures, even a celebrity plastic surgeon can't be fooled, with Dr. Tony Yoon saying that he thinks Barry has undergone too many procedures. But what do you guys think? Is Barry lying or telling the truth about his appearance? At number 3, Tyra Banks. For a long time, model Tyra Banks has been preaching about being all natural and about loving yourself for who you are. In the last few seasons of her show America's Next Top Model, she even made a point of proving to the modeling industry that everyone is beautiful by casting models of all shapes, sizes, and backgrounds, but now it's looking like this was all just hot air as she's been caught lying about getting work done. Tyra once claimed that she was, quote, totally against plastic surgery, even going so far as to hire a doctor to come on her talk show to perform a breast exam in front of her live studio audience to show that she had never gotten work done like people had claimed, but it seems as though maybe that doctor should have paid more attention to her face, because even though she's claimed to have never gone under the knife, it turns out that she's actually received a nose job. Tyra finally came clean about her procedure in her memoir Perfect is Boring, where she wrote, quote, natural beauty is unfair. I really get uncomfortable when women who are these natural beauties judge anybody who's done anything to themselves. I admit it. Fake hair and I did my nose. I feel like I have a responsibility to tell the truth. At number 2, Nene Leakes. With a lot of the celebrities I've mentioned in this video, they've been denying having had plastic surgery, and then the truth was later revealed. But with reality star Nene Leakes, her story is the complete opposite. Nene has always been very vocal about the work that she's had done. From getting liposuction, a nose job, and breast augmentation surgery, she wasn't really hiding anything, but all of a sudden, her honesty about her past procedures completely went out the window. In 2013, she went on the Wendy Williams show and talked about how she was all for getting work done and spoke spoke about how she was thinking of getting Botox in the future. Well, fast forward 2 years to 2013, and Nene sat down for another interview, this time with Bethany Frankel, and straight up denied ever having had plastic surgery. Everyone could tell that she had gotten some fillers, and no one can forget all those times that she talked about her other surgeries. So when she claimed to be all natural, saying, quote, "Why would I need plastic surgery?" people were super confused and caught her in her lie. You can't take that kind of stuff back, Nene. And finally, at number 1, Zac Efron. Now there's a lot of speculation with this one, so I'm gonna need you guys to sound off down in the comments and tell me whether or not you believe this. People are saying that Zac Efron has gotten some work done, and by some, I mean a lot. Zac recently showed up in a video about Earth Day looking a little different. The lower half of his face was looking super puffy, almost like he had gotten a lot of Botox done, and people are super confused. The internet was debating whether or not he had gotten plastic surgery, with some people chalking this all up to Zac simply getting wisdom teeth surgery, using that to explain all the puffiness, but others aren't so sure. According to one celebrity plastic surgeon, it looks like Zac may have gotten fillers to reshape his jawline.
Number 10, Janice Dickinson. She was known as the world's first supermodel and was hugely successful during the 1970s and 80s. Recently, she's been quite the TV star, appearing as a judge on America's Next Top Model, Celebrity Big Brother in 2015, and I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here in 2007. The 67-year-old model has never been shy about admitting that she's had plastic surgery and confessed to having a breast enlargement, tummy tuck, neck and facelifts, and liposuction and Botox in the past. Although the various surgeries had really gotten out of hand over the years, and in 2013 she declared herself bankrupt after over $1 million in taxes and unpaid cosmetic bills. 2 years later, she appeared on Botched to fix her boob job that was done 30 years before, saying at the time that she was no stranger to plastic surgery. But her perspective really changed in 2013 when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. In fact, she initially thought the lump in her breast was a botched boob job, telling Entertainment Tonight, quote, "If I had to play my life over again, I would have never gotten breast implants in the first place." But fortunately, the following year, she was declared cancer-free after 6 weeks of radiation therapy. Number 9, Tara Reid. There's no doubt that the American Pie star was one of Hollywood's it girls in the late 90s and early 2000s. But while the actress was at the pinnacle of success in her career, she was also going through various issues stemming from botched plastic surgery, and she ended up missing out on a whole bunch of roles because of it. Tara claimed that in 2004, breast implants and liposuction surgeries left her with disfigurements that damaged her career. She told US Weekly, quote, "My stomach became the most ripply, bulgy thing. I had a hernia, this huge bump next to my belly button. As a result, I couldn't wear a bikini. I lost a lot of work." Tara said that after the procedures, she knew something was wrong when it came to her breast implants, but she was 6 months post-op when she realized that it had been terribly botched. Quote, "The actual center part where the areola is, instead of it being a circle, it turned out to be a large square. It was horrifying." She also went through an infamous wardrobe malfunction on the red carpet at Diddy's 35th birthday party in 2004, which resulted in her body going viral, which left her devastated. Tara said she cried and begged photographers not to release the photos because the last thing she wanted to happen was to have the whole world see it. Number 8, Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke was one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood. He made his feature film debut with a minor role in Steven Spielberg's 1941 and garnered significant attention with 1981's Body Heat. However, in the early 90s, the actor decided to take up professional boxing, and while that brought him success, it also came with a string of severe facial injuries. Rourke reportedly faced a broken nose twice, suffered toe and rib injuries, a split tongue, a compressed cheekbone, and even short-term memory loss for some time. As a result, the actor had to undergo several reconstructive surgeries to fix himself up, but most of them did not achieve the desired result, so he had to undergo even more surgery to correct those mistakes. Eventually, Rourke's facial features were nearly unrecognizable compared to his initial appearance. In 2009, he finally opened up to the Daily Mail about it. Quote, "Most of it was to mend the mess of my face because of the boxing, but I went to the wrong guy to put my face back together," which is really sad because it was probably just down to having a really sketchy plastic surgeon. Number 7. Priscilla Presley. Priscilla has always been admired for her beauty, but she has undergone multiple plastic surgery procedures in recent years, and some have gone a little bit too far. But this is all down to one tragic procedure in 2003 that should have never been done. The former wife of Elvis Presley was the victim of an unlicensed doctor and was left with botched plastic surgery that changed her looks forever. Dr. Daniel Serrano administered surgery on several Hollywood A-listers, including Lionel Richie, his ex-wife Diane, and Shaun King, the late wife of CNN presenter and TV host Larry King. He only charged between $300 to $500 and operated on his clients at lavish cocktail parties in Hollywood. But Serrano was only a licensed nurse, and when he carried out the procedure, he used industrial-grade silicone, which is often used to lubricate car parts. The fake doctor eventually went to prison, and Priscilla has reportedly been undergoing corrective treatments ever since, but her changing face has also been attributed to Presley's alleged extensive history with plastic surgery, which reportedly includes multiple facelifts, laser treatments, as well as lip and cheek fillers. So this is probably why her look has changed so much over the years. Number 6. Lisa Rinna. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star and soap opera actress Lisa Rinna has been very open about her plastic surgery choices, mainly her decision to plump her lips with injections, which definitely seemed to have gone a little bit too far. Rinna had permanent silicone filler injected into her top lip, which she initially loved, but eventually she decided to have it reduced after facing criticism for her appearance. She told People in 2010, quote, "I was crazy to even touch them in the first place. In total, she's had 4 injections, and she explained that in the beginning, it was great, but after about 10 years, the silicone started seeping through her lip and creating scar tissue that was hard and bumpy. She claimed that when she would get photographed, her lips would look a certain way, and then people would start to talk." The TV star said that she even tried cortisone shots to reduce the swelling, but instead of helping it, it actually made them look worse. Quote, "I have a doctor to remove as much as they possibly can because it got to the point where they were yucky. You know, they get hard, it's gross." Lisa said that the doctor took out as much silicone as possible, and now her lips are somewhat back to normal. Number 5. Jennifer Grey. After being catapulted to mega fame in 1987 for playing Baby in Dirty Dancing, Jennifer's career seemed to stall, and although she was personally happy with her nose and its distinct bump, she underwent plastic surgery at the age of 29 to boost her career and gain more acting roles. But Jennifer said it actually ended up being the surgery that affected her ability to get jobs. Quote, "I went into the operating room a celebrity and came out as anonymous." She told the Mirror in 2012 that it was the nose job from hell, and she'll always be this once famous actress that nobody recognizes because of a nose job. After her first surgery, she was thrilled with the way she looked. Then less than a year later, she noticed that a tiny bit of cartilage was visible under the surface of her nose. Jennifer then underwent a second surgery to correct the issue, but when she woke up, she discovered that she no longer looked like herself at all. To make matters worse, when the public got wind of the situation, the star felt humiliated, as many people did not believe that she was Jennifer Grey anymore, and she would often have to go to great lengths just to prove that she was in fact who she said she was. Number 4. Kylie Jenner. The Keeping Up with the Kardashians star has basically grown up in the spotlight, so her transformation from tween to teen and now a 20-something mother has all been before our very eyes, which means that it's not hard to notice the drastic changes to Kylie's appearance in the more than 10 years since the show first aired in 2007. While fans have speculated about Kylie having undergone everything from lip filler to a Brazilian butt lift, it's hard to separate fact from fiction when it comes to her ever-changing aesthetic. But after years of denying that she had lip filler, the star eventually came clean about that particular cosmetic touch-up. During a 2015 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kylie admits, quote, "I have temporary lip fillers. It's just an insecurity of mine and it's what I wanted to do. But it's a little bit sad when you look at why she got it done. Quote, "I was 15 and I was insecure about my lips. I have really small lips, and it was just like one of my first kisses and a guy was like, "I didn't think you would be a good kisser because you have such small lips." She also admitted that she definitely made her lips a little too big at one point, before her sisters pointed it out and said, "Kylie, you need to chill." They were definitely right to let her know when it was becoming a little too much. Number 3. Reed Ewing. The Modern Family actor stars in one of the most successful shows on television, but Reed revealed in a Huffington Post op-ed that he'd been waging a private battle with his looks. He bravely opened up about his battle with body dysmorphia, unhealthy obsession with his physical flaws, and the plastic surgery that he had turned to as a solution. Reed wrote that when he first moved to LA at 19, he would apparently sit alone in his apartment and take photos of himself, and try to analyze every single angle and feature of his face. Quote, "After a few years of doing this, one day I decided I had to get cosmetic surgery. No one is allowed to be this ugly, I thought. It's unacceptable." In 2008, he decided to see a plastic surgeon to get the first of many surgeries he would go on to have. He wanted cheek implants and wrote that he genuinely believed if he had one procedure, he would suddenly look like Brad Pitt. But he wished he hadn't, because that's where the nightmare began. Quote, "After all the swelling finally went down, the results were horrendous. Reed isolated himself from everyone, and it took him 6 months before he was comfortable with people even looking at him. It's extremely upsetting that his battle with body dysmorphia won, and it just left him feeling worse about himself after all the surgery." Number 2. Joan Van Ark. The actress became famous for her roles on the nighttime soap operas Dallas and Knots Landing between the late 1970s to early 1990s. And while she was known to be extremely beautiful at the peak of her acting career, Joan's appearance has changed so much over the years due to her extreme addiction to plastic surgery. If you want to know the extent of the procedures, one source who allegedly saw Joan in January 2020 told the Globe that it looked like her face was melting. Now that's pretty harsh to say, but it might just be that bad, considering just how much the 79-year-old has reportedly gone under the knife. We're talking about blepharoplasty, cheek and lip fillers, Botox injections. In fact, plastic surgeon Dr. Anthony Yun told the National Enquirer that Van Ark's drastically changed appearance is also due to at least 1 or 2 facelifts, which is what caused her neckline and jawline to look tight. But this is all speculation, and everyone knows working in the industry comes with various pressures to stay young. So addiction to cosmetic surgery is unfortunately something that comes with the territory. And coming in at number 1, Katie Price. Since becoming a household name as a glamour model in the 90s, Katie Price's brand has become synonymous with plastic surgery. As a 44-year-old, status has risen over the last 2 decades, so has the number of times she's gone under the knife, leaving her now completely unrecognizable from her former self. But Katie has always been honest about the work she's had done, like the fact that she's had a whopping 12 boob jobs over the last 25 years, and she got the first one when she was only 18. But a trip to Turkey for one of the procedures resulted in a botched boob job. She told The Sun, quote, "I had my boobs done in Turkey and they looked deformed. They were absolutely awful." She's also had veneers done, and in June last year, Katie endured one of the most ambitious rounds of surgery yet, as she underwent another facelift on the same day that she also treated herself to liposuction and fat injections to her bum. The TV personality is also a big fan of Botox and has underwent an eye and brow lift that has left her face with a sharp, tight look. Plastic surgery is definitely synonymous with her brand at this point, and although Katie has said many times that she has no plan to stop going under the knife, just by looking at old pictures, it's easy to see that she looked a lot better before.